Hey, beautiful soul, and welcome to the weekly reading for Monday, September 13th through Sunday, September 19th. Let's take a look at the energies, potentials, and opportunities that we can be aware of this week. All right, let's just take a look and see what we've got. So the first card that comes up is I'm going to show it to you this way. The Queen of Pentacles, and she is reversed or in protection. Now, Queen of Pentacles is all about abundance. You can see that she's got this little bunny, so it's fertility, but in all areas of our lives. Abundance, prosperity, the same is represented by these beautiful roses up here, that she just really has this almost like a magic touch for creating things in the world. Now, when she's in protection, it can be a reminder that we've been nurturing everyone else, helping others with their dreams, with their goals, helping other people to be abundant in their own ways. But don't forget to focus on ourselves. It can also mean that we've already been doing this, but it's a great gentle reminder of like, hey, the queen needs to focus on herself as well, her own abundance, her own lavishness. So let's take a look at the rest of the week, but either you're being encouraged to do this or you have already stepped into doing this. And if you have, good work. I know we talked within the last couple weeks about going within and looking at what we may not be being fully honest with ourselves about. So maybe some of you took that to heart and really, started giving yourself some more time and space. Now, Three of Wands has to do with longing for an opportunity, about something we're passionate about. Often it can be our higher calling, our life's mission, if you will. And she's actually making a choice and stepping through to the other side for this potential. So it's the sense that you have a little bit better of a handle on some of what you want to create going forward, at least some of it. You might not have the full picture yet, but you do have an idea. You are ready to make a change. You are ready to step into creator mode, I want to say, of really knowing that you are partly responsible for bringing into existence, manifesting the things that you want. Now, if you look at it, it's a fairly calm day, so it does seem like you've made some peace with this decision, with this understanding, but really about focusing on and kind of grabbing one of the staffs, grabbing one of the options for what you are passionate about, what you're being called to do, what you want to create in the world. The Hermit card. Now, for the later part of this week, we're being invited to the energy of the Hermit. The Hermit has done a lot of study, has really done some soul searching. Sometimes the Hermit is a wise teacher. So you could be being advised, guided to seek out a mentor in something that you are passionate about, that you're wanting to grab that staff and seize and bring into the world. But it could also be you just needing to go within, to take some time to yourself, to just hermit mode, right? To go into meditation, to just take some moments of solace, to give yourself permission to really be working on yourself, nourishing yourself, making time for yourself. And this doesn't just mean in a spiritual way, because the suit of coins has to do with things in our world, in our actual physical life. It can be that you're being encouraged to look at the food choices you're making, make time to create nourishing meals for yourself, make time to do, nourishing exercises or body movement. So it can be from any direction of your life, but just being invited, kind of doubling down. So for those of you who are already doing this, who already are making this a priority, being invited to double down and go within, see, okay, you've started addressing this area, but what other areas can you become a priority in? Because while it's so important, of course, for us to nurture our relationships and those people that are close to us that we love, it's also so important for us to be nurturing and nourishing ourselves. And where can you give yourself just a little bit more permission to be doing that for yourself, and in what area of your life? Okay. And for most of you, it'll be something that you're very passionate about, something that speaks to your soul, your life's purpose, your calling, or certainly those stirrings that you're having about, new curiosities about things that you're passionate about. And sometimes it's spiritual things. Okay. Now let's look at the chakra that we can work with this week. Oh, third eye. So that's here, that's in the forehead, and that is representing our clairvoyance, seeing the unseen, becoming aware of things that are beyond our normal five senses of understanding. So maybe there's a little bit deeper that you can go in whatever spiritual calling you're having in this moment. Maybe there's more for you to see. Maybe there's more for you to accept about yourself. And maybe you need to go into a little bit of stillness or a little bit of extra self-care mode to just let that information bubble up to the surface, to give your third eye, space and permission to become aware of that information. Now, again, using these Colette Baron Reid Enchanted Map cards, just love them for our general guidance for the week. Okay, ride the wave. So we're being invited in this week's guidance to, it's not quite go with the flow, right? Because we're an active participant. We're riding the wave. We're not just letting the current take us where it will. So we're needing to take some action this week. The energy of this card, 14, 4 and 1 is 5. So that's the energy of change, of moving forward, of taking a stand, of making a step. So after we go within, after we look at the areas that we can be nurturing ourselves, that we can be giving extra attention, have some playfulness here, because dolphins are so playful and fun while they're riding these waves, right? So we're encouraged to, it doesn't have to be so heavy and serious. Where can we find light and playfulness and joy in this riding the wave? Of course, there's going to be up and downs. Of course, it's not going to always be smooth sailing, because that's not the experience we're meant to have while we're here. But we can infuse playfulness, laughter, lightheartedness into our day-to-day lives, into this self-care. It doesn't have to feel burdensome and stressful. Of course, there's a riding of the wave, but it can be playful. It's the direction we're looking at it from. It's our perspective. It's the way that we're, seizing and grabbing what's meant for us. It's the action we're taking. But can we have some lightheartedness? Can we have some playfulness when things go wrong? And what's our first reaction? Is it, okay, I need to take more care of myself? Or is it, some other emotion that might be less beneficial for our highest and greatest good? So there's a lot of movement this week, even though it might feel like it's centered around us, around our own goals, our own dreams, our own desires. There's still movement. There's still opportunity here for us to seize something bigger and better for ourselves, about ourselves. So while it's wonderful to nurture and nourish and heal the world, it's also so important to be doing self-care, whatever that means for you. For some people, self-care is a beautiful spiritual bath and some quiet time alone. But for some people, self-care might be going surfing and actually physically riding waves and anything in between. So self-care doesn't have to look the same. It doesn't have to look like what some mainstream magazine says it has to be for you. It can be about you getting more in touch with your spiritual purpose and making a choice to create what you want in the world. It can be finally admitting to yourself, yes, I am a healer. Yes, I am a sensitive. Yes, I am an empath. Yes, I do need some time by myself to just breathe and to appreciate these gifts in myself. What am I not seeing? What am I not seeing that's available to me now? And how can I come from a playful perspective, riding those ups and downs, but still being true to myself and my emotions? Wow, that's a lot going on this week, you guys. I want to remind you about that opportunity for the free 5-day workshop, Unlock the Innate Healing Ability Within, in just 5 days. That is going to be live and exclusive in my Joy Soul Spa private Facebook community. So if you're not already a member, head on over. Hey, members. I post these readings especially for them in the group first. So it is so great to see you guys. Let me know how this weekly reading resonated with you. Let me know if you've been doing your self-care and what form of self-care that you love and what you're committing to look at a little bit deeper this week for yourself. I'm so happy to see you, and I'm wishing you just a blessed week of riding the wave and finding some joy along the way. Have a great week.